Welcome to another Saturday night and taking it to the nub. I'm your host, Boston Jimmie. This is my co-host, Quinton Brown. And tonight we have a very special set of guests that Quinton hooked up with. And Quinton's going to run this show and I'm going to watch it happen. I'll chime in when I can. Quinton, you need help, just put your hand up. I think you got this one. We're going to be talking to the CEO of Dallas Leaf LLC, Ron Smith, and partner Chere Wright. Let me bring in Ron and Chere right now.
There they go. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, Boston Jimmie? What's up, Quinton?
What's up, man? Welcome to Taking It to the Nub. This is our Saturday night flagship show that we do every week. At least we try to do it every week, unless we have technical difficulties, which we all know how that works in this industry.
Right.
But Ron, Chere, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, man. I appreciate it.
Now y'all got the bright sunshine behind you. Where are y'all reporting live from this week? Because y'all stay on the road.
Yeah, this week we are in LA.
Yeah, man.
In California.
Came out here yesterday to our youngest daughter. She's in a play out of North Hollywood. So we came out here, man, did a little bit of business at Stogie yesterday. And tonight, after we got the show with you guys, we're going to head out to her play and see her.
It's her finale night. So
Nice.
we cannot miss that.
Now, I want you guys to make sure that the world knows, because we have millions and millions of viewers. I want you guys to let the world know exactly the titles that you guys hold with Dallas Leaf LLC, just so the world knows who we're on this Zoom live with tonight.
Right. So I am the CEO. That's just one of the hats I wear. And Chere is our director of marketing and advertising, which is just one of the hats that she wears. But there's a lot that go on outside of those two titles that keep Dallas Leaf going. And it's up to her and I to make sure all the things that needs to be done for Dallas Leaf gets done.
That's awesome. Now, Chere, you have recently been busy as well, because I saw another award or accolade that you get to put in your hat recently. Tell us a little bit about that. What was your most recent designation that you were awarded with?
So my most recent designation is for marketing chair for We Are One, so global cigar organization. Can't talk about it too much because we haven't really announced it to the world. We're working on building the board and getting everything organized for it. But I'm very excited. I was asked to do that, and as honored as I am, I humbly accepted. January, I was named Black Smoke Award, Sister of the Leaf of the Year award. So very excited about that as well. So yeah.
So what you're saying is, long story short, you've been out here in these streets putting in work.
I have been putting in work.
Yeah, her cute, man. She's always grinding on something and taking it to the next level. And I told her, as long as her Dallas Leaf duties don't get impeded, then she can go off and do that. But she still got that marketing side to do for us.
Thank you. So gracious.
We got a lot of stuff coming up, man. So I still need them social media stuff going on.
Yeah, Dallas is my heart and my home. So you got to take care of home first.
So they say. Now, you mentioned this organization. I don't want to spend too much time on it because tonight is about y'all. But is there any way that when y'all get ready to launch that globally, can me and Boston Jimmie have first rights to that?
Huh. I don't know if I can, if I have the power, but I definitely will recommend you guys.
Quinton, you are the man.
Because we know you and Boston Jimmie. Absolutely, man. From our perspective, we're gonna work that in so y'all can have that.
Yeah.
Listen, that is what family is all about right there. That's what makes the relationship strong.
Yeah, you're right. Support those that support you, man. I mean, that's what we do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let me chime in real quick here and ask one simple question. What you all smoking tonight?
Well, it's my bad. We rushed out the house and rushed on the plane, and the flight was so early yesterday. We forgot to bring the Dallas Leaf sticks out here, so we could be doing that. So I'm gonna take that one. But I am actually doing a My Father's, the Judge, and Miss Wright.
I am smoking on Conscious cigars. This is a very good smoke.
You,
Yep.
Quinton?
I'm not smoking tonight, Jimmie. I'm actually reporting live and direct from office 740. So I am on the road, so I do not have my cigars on me. But you know, I made a commitment to you, and I said I'll make myself available at 6:45 on Saturday. So I'm on the road reporting live. So here we are.
We are. What are you smoking, Jimmie?
Well, I'm smoking the new Cohiba Series M. And gave this, and you'll see it a little later in the show, a phenomenal rating. This cigar is an absolutely beauty. Anyway, I'm going to hand it back to Quinton. So thanks for letting me know what you're smoking, and hope everybody else is smoking something good that's watching.
Yes, sir.
Now, you guys are constantly on the road. Give me a little bit of insight as far as here in the next, let's just bracket it off for the next 2 months. Where do y'all's travels take you on your cigar endeavors over the next couple of months?
The next couple of months will be quite busy for us. In May, we have Queen City Cigar Fest. We'll be there for a week. We get back into Dallas on Monday. We turn around on Tuesday and we head out to Houston Cigar Week for Memorial Day weekend.
Then I just got off the line with Joffrey of Dallas Cigar Week, which happens the week after Memorial Day, and we're going to sponsor that event as well. So rolling the last 3 weeks, 2 weeks in May and first week in June. Those are nonstop weeks for us as far as cigar weeks are concerned.
Also June in Miami.
Oh, I can't forget. I'm sorry. We will be down in Miami for the Black Smoke Miami. He's doing the Solomon's weekend, TK. Big shout out to you. And that's the 17th to the 19th of June. So we're heading down to Miami, and we're going to be attending that festivity as well.
Well, that might be something I'd be interested in taking a rundown for.
Yeah, man, you should come on down. He has the Black Miami Social open, the lounge open now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be in his lounge now, right?
Yeah. And
I gotta get there.
Every time I turn around, TK is he has something going on in that lounge. So I know he's been anxious to get that open and throw as much of his activities that he has into that lounge. So we're going down there as well.
Now we got a chance last time I was hanging out with you guys because collectively everybody that's on this Zoom call, we were actually down in Miami together at Destination Herf.
Yeah.
What was that? Middle of February?
January. So Martin Luther King weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, so January. And we had a chance to swing by the lounge and take a sneak peek at it before he officially launched it. And then when I was down there for Eric Espinosa's event a couple weeks back, I got a chance to actually go by there and see the grand soiree. He actually has everything set up. So
Right.
TK's done an amazing job with that lounge. She showed us the video. You guys were there with me when he showed us the video of what it looked like
Yes.
before he got his hands on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, he has his touch on it, man. You know, AJ Fernandez came through for him on a lot of the lounge background and interior. I mean, it's a nice shop, man. I mean, I can't wait to go down there.
I call him a visionary.
Yeah, we even think about getting our own lockers down there, even though we're not in Miami as much. But I think if we do get our locker, we'll probably be down a little bit more. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I want to make sure that we make this Zoom call about y'all. You guys have been working on some things behind the scenes, on the scenes, but tell the world about the cigar blends that you forgot in Dallas. Tell the world about these blends, because I know personally, you guys have let me sample every blend, and the Bishop Double Maduro Lancero is personally my favorite. But I'm gonna shut up, let you guys talk about your cigars. Go ahead and tell the world where they can find these beautiful works of art.
oh man, so our blends are Nicaraguan based. We have a local roller in the Dallas area that actually rolls our cigars, but he also has his factory back in Nicaragua. So our blends are three. We have the Pegasus, which is the Nicaragua binder filler with a Habano wrapper on it. We have the Hamilton. The Pegasus more like Connecticut. The Hamilton is going to be your medium to full body. It also Nicaraguan binder filler with a Habano wrapper as well. And then we have our Golden Jewel, which is the Bishop, Del Maduro, San Andres wrapper, Nicaragua binder filler. We have that in a Lancero and a box press Toro. And we just, as we were in LA, sitting at Droll Stogie's yesterday, got so much of a request to do a nub. So I contacted the roller today, and he's actually going to, at Queen City, we're going to introduce the Bishop Del Maduro and the nub size during that event.
Oh,
Wow. So what
I
you're
just put up
saying
your
is,
site. I just put up your site, right? Just so everybody
So-
knows where to go if they want to get some Dallas Leaf product.
right. So
And that's
I'm gonna go
that's
ahead.
great. Go ahead, Q.
I was gonna say I was gonna go ahead and plug the website for you. It is www.dallasleafllc.com. Am I correct? Right?
That's correct. And then just do shop, and it'll bring you to the page. We have been in a hiatus of late, especially starting up this year, where we kind of put the cigar company on hold, so we can focus on the other 4 companies that we have, subsidiaries, as well as some brand content recognition. But as of Queen City, we go out there, and starting with Queen City and throughout the rest of the year, the cigars will be made available on the website. Contact us directly through social media. We're going to be doing promotions of the cigars all year. We have our anniversary stick, which is the Journey that we're going to have down in Houston, which is the triple blend, Connecticut, Candela, and Maduro. That's going to be down in Houston again. That was very popular last year. And then once again, we're going to, kind of revamp the cigar company with a new feel. So kind of just took a little break from it. Wanted to get the brand out there again with all the support and sponsorship that we've been doing. But it's definitely in May that we will relaunch those blends again.
So I want to get this right. So what we do, we love breaking news here on Stogie Press. So what if I'm not mistaken, you guys just broke to us that at Queen City Cigar Fest, you guys will be debuting your new double Maduro Bishop in a nub size.
Correct. And I do stand corrected. We had a Zoom call with Asshole on Thursday night. Fred and those guys and Rick. And that's where I got the idea, or they presented the idea of having the nub. And once again, I contacted the roller today, a couple hours back, asked him about it. He said, absolutely, we could do it in a double Maduro. So that will be debuted at Queen City, next month.
So you're
And-
able to get that produced and aged and ready to go? I mean, that seems like a short runway.
Yeah, it is. But we're only doing limited quantity for this first event. So with it being such a limited quantity, and he doesn't have to roast as many as he's gonna have once we do launch it, he was able to get that done for us. His name is Jose.
Houses are
Yeah.
our tobacco and our leaves for us. So once he rolls them, they'll be ready to go.
Yeah, he's in Roy City, which is about 20 minutes outside of Raleigh. He has his own lounge where he has his full rolling setup, everything right there. And like Chere said, he houses our tobacco inside his lounge area. So he's fully functional, great guy. We love the fact that we have that local roller, somebody that we can actually put our hands on. And we love the fact that he has the backing of the Nicaraguan factory. So that works out very good for us. We didn't want to have to reach all the way back overseas. We had to, put hands on them, so to speak. So we don't mind the middleman aspect of the arrangement that we have with.
Yeah, and that can make a big kind of cut down the lag time. Like you guys said, you guys just put in a phone call and said, hey, can we make this happen? And
Right.
we're talking about a turnaround time of probably about 2.5, 3 weeks.
Mhm.
So most of the time, if you had to reach out to somebody in Nicaragua, it may be 2 or 3 weeks before your cigars clear customs.
Right.
And that's a good point. I mean, there's a lot of ways people are doing it. I know people that actually go overseas and deal directly with the factory. For us, and especially now that it's just Chere and I, we need to be able to say, hey, Jose, do this. And then he takes that and he runs with it. He takes care of all the back end stuff for us. That's just less for us to do. Costs us a little bit more than going directly to the factory. But we're willing to pay that so we can have somebody else run that for us. But I would say, once again, this guy is hand rolling for us. I mean, we can go down to his shop at any time and see him roll our cigars versus they're already coming rolled from the factory or whatever the case may be. And I like being able to go down and sit and talk to him and throw some ideas around at him. And he's a real live person I can get to.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Now let's talk about this blend that you briefly mentioned, because last year, I think out of all of the cigars that I tasted at Houston Cigar Week, I think that cigar that you guys briefly just threw out there as a little teaser was probably my favorite cigar, and that was y'all's Barbacoa. Right?
Yes.
That I got a chance to smoke for the first time at the Sunday event with Soto at the what was that, 1502?
Island 1515.
Yeah, 1515. So that was the first time I got a chance to try that cigar, and it was amazing. Talk a little bit more about that.
Man, we wanted that triple blend type of sticks, and like you said, you got a variety out there that are mixing and matching the different types of blends. But we wanted that Candela wrapper in ours. And so once again, we went to Jose, and he told us about what he can do. We love the idea of him mixing and having that Cadella wrapper in the middle. He let us sample that very stick as well. And we just fell in love with it. And then it kind of just, took off from there. As you seen last year, it didn't have a band on it or anything. We introduced that at Houston Cigar Week last year. And when I tell you the flavor, that's why it's called a journey, because it takes you through that mild, that Candela in the middle, and then that double Maduro at the end. It takes you on that journey and really gives you a lot of flavor. It burns very well. The construction of the cigar, it holds its ash. We just fell in love with it, and that's one of the things Jose brings to us. I mean, I want to say he has us as a client, and I think he has 2 other companies. So he's small enough. He doesn't have a whole lot going on. He could really listen to us and dedicate what we're trying to achieve when it comes to the blend. And he has the ability to allow us to taste test them. Go back to the drawing board if we're looking for a little bit more spice or pepper in them. I love that. I mean, I love the fact that we can actually do that, come up with that type of idea, and he can make it come true for us. So that blend is amazing. I mean, I have had a lot of triple blend barber pole type of cigars, but that one just really stuck with us. And this year, as we told you last year, and we're going to bring that back. And this year it's going to actually be a part of the lineup going forward, as far as being introduced in Houston.
Yeah, I like I said, that thing, you guys were slinging them out of the Ziploc bags and couldn't even keep them in.
Man, I had a guy, man, we completely out, and we took about 300 of those cigars down there, and they were gone. And he turned around and ordered another 100 right on the spot.
Wow.
Right on the spot. He was like, man, I know you got to go back to your roller, and I want 100. Paid for them, boom, and they were just gone. They moved better than the creams did down there. But yeah, we sold out the entire inventory, and I was very tired that day. I was extremely exhausted after that.
We
That
were
was a
moving
long
and
day.
shaking for sure.
So at this moment, I want to break in. I'm going to give a shout out to the sponsors for tonight's show. And after this break, we'll come back with Quinton. You'll have more questions. Get deeper and deeper into this, Quinton. You're doing great. So today's show brought to you by Rodriguez Cigars of Key West. 1947, the Rodriguez family began the masterful art of cultivating tobacco on their private plantation in the town of Suguane, Cuba. By 1952, La Finca Carmencita employed over 20 workers and grew over 120,000 pounds of tobacco annually. 8 years later, the Cuban government nationalized the private plantation, and the Rodriguez family was forced to immigrate to the United States. 1971, the family found a new beginning on the beautiful island of Key West, Florida, and established a Rodriguez cigar factory in 1984. It stands today as the oldest cigar manufacturer in the Florida Keys, preserving a historical cigar manufacturing industry that began in Key West in 1831. And as years pass, new generations of family members have expanded manufacturing operations to Nicaragua, and they're proud to be working with some of the finest tobacco in the world. Rodriguez cigars are exclusively constructed with vintage leaves that have been hand-selected, aged, and constructed through the traditional Cuban manufacturing process. And if you ever get down to Key West and you go to the Rodriguez Cigar Factory, take their $15 tour. You will have a blast. You'll learn a lot about Key West, and you'll learn a lot about the cigar manufacturing that went on there. And you'll get to roll your own cigar and take it home with you. You can check out Rodriguez Cigars at www.rodriguezcigarskeywest.com. Today's show is also brought to you by our friends at Drew Estate.
Get ready, because Drew Estate is back and better than ever, with a party so big that only the Lone Star State can contain it. Music, spirits, mouth-watering barbecue, cigars galore, and so much more. It'll be the most epic shindig there ever was. Barn Smoker presents Savage Feast, October 22nd at the South Fork Ranch, Dallas, Texas. Get your tickets now at barnsmoker.com.
Check out the Barn Smokers. If you still haven't got your tickets, some of them are still available. I do plan on being at the one in Connecticut and hopefully the one in Dallas. Today's show is also brought to you by Cigar Medics. Cigar Medics.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
I use it all the time. I got one right here in front of me. I check my humidor all the time with that. Inexpensive device, great if you have lots of cigars to rotate. Today's show is also brought to you by our friends over at the Cigar Clowns. The Cigar Clowns is a Facebook group on the journey to find the perfect cigar. They invite you to come along the journey, and if you're lucky enough to get your hands on one of their limited releases, you know what's up. If you haven't had one, stay tuned to their page, and when a run drops, they do go quickly, but you want to try to get your hands on them. Good conversation, great people, smoking cigars, it doesn't get better. So they want to welcome all brothers and sisters of the Leaf who share the same love as they do for cigars. Check out the Cigar Clowns on Facebook. And lastly, today's show is brought to you by Platinum Nova Cigars. Platinum Nova Cigars is a family-owned and operated premium cigar company. They use only the highest vintage tobacco and the most skilled hand workmanship to make each Platinum Nova cigar. This results in a timeless blend of art and craftsmanship. The Nova brand and the family's work are a tribute and an honor to their grandfather to always remember him and his infinite passion for the finest cigars. Their love for cigars started with their grandfather, a dedicated master blender and entrepreneur in the cigar industry. So the next time you're looking for an exquisite cigar experience, pick up a Platinum Nova. You can check them out at Platinum Nova Cigars at www.novacigar.com, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I thank my sponsors, for without them, the show is always a little harder to do. Let's go back to Quinton and Dallas Leaf.
Thank you, Jimmie. Shout out to all of our sponsors. Once again, we thank you guys for backing us. Definitely makes the show a lot easier to have. But I want to start off by thanking Ron and Chere. I know you guys are out on the road. You guys are taking a little bit of time out of your family time and your personal time to be on here with us. So I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. Want to start off real quick by shouting out the website one more time, www.dallasleafllc.com. That is where you can find any of these blends that we've been talking about this evening. We want to make sure that if you have any questions, reach out to Ron and Chere directly. They'll be more than happy to answer any questions about any of the blends and how you can get your hands on them if you want to purchase any of these cigars that we've spoken about this evening. I want to roll it back just a hot second because you guys have been in the cigar industry for a little while now. Give us a little background on Dallas Leaf and how it got started and where the vision came from.
So Dallas Leaf started with a group of friends who love to smoke cigars, hanging out one day at a lounge, throwing out ideas, and like this club formed, right? And the club started with what, 8 people? With 8 people.
Yeah.
We started getting the word out, inviting other cigar smokers to join our organization. And they did. And we grew to 40. No, what was our number?
So at the height of the Cigar Club, which is also one of the companies, I think we were at like 55, 56 members at the height.
And those members, what we were known for was bringing out the droves of people into the different events, right? So we would always travel with 30, 40 people. So, that means we're paying for tickets. Originally, everybody wanted to go to Black Smoke. That's actually how it started. Everybody wanted to go together and have fun, Black Smoke Miami. And then the club kind of formed from there. And then the other subsidiaries formed from there.
But it was always a goal to start the cigar company. We were a couple of months into Dallas Leaf as a legitimate LLC before we formed the cigar company. We did several taste testings, one being at Cunomas. Big shout out to Tommy. And where we just invited a whole bunch of cigar aficionados to come in, didn't have any labels on them, had review cards, we had libations everywhere for everybody, and we just had everybody smoke all the different type of blends. I think we had at that time about 8 or 9 different blends that our roller had put together for us. And from that process, we narrowed it down to 3. Based on the review cards and everything. And I always say this every time we do a show. One of the questions on there were, would you buy this cigar? Not whether you liked it or, that kind of thing. Would you buy it? And that really told us we were on to something, because the majority of the feedback was, yeah, we will buy this. So, that was important for us as a business to know that these were some very good blends we were dealing with. And from there, matter of fact, in 2019, we took our first blends down to Black Smoke Miami and doing some impromptu selling out the back of the trunk type of thing. And they did very well. And it's crazy because we had so much trouble with our rings back then. We had went through some company who shipped us a whole bunch of rings, and they all had sticky backs to them. So we're sitting in La Soya with Larry, and we're trying to cut out around the rings, around the sticky part, so it won't tear the tobacco off when people try to remove the rings. It was a hot mess. And I was talking to, it's funny, Eric Espinosa came out to the cigar lounge in Fort Worth.
I forgot.
Underground.
Yes.
And we were sitting playing domino with Eric, and he was whooping our asses. And I told him about our rain problem, and he told me about Cigar Rain Man down in Miami. And we've been with them ever since. So we were able to get everything right with the rains and everything, and the blends have been shipping out ever since, man. It's been a good deal. But yeah, that's how we started with them 3 blends of cigars, and we've been rocking and rolling with them ever since, man. They've been steady, consistent. We didn't want a whole bunch of cigar lines out there that had to be managed and maintained. We wanted 3 consistent blends. We wanted a light, we wanted a medium to full, and we wanted a full body cigar. From there, we can take those lines and deal with the different sizes and that kind of thing. But those have been our three blends since the beginning.
And I think that we wanted to be masters of few rather than masters of many. You can't master a whole bunch of cigars and their blends and their consistency and the flavor of them. So we wanted to keep it with a smaller lineup so that we could master those.
And then expand it as we go along. I mean, trying to start a new cigar company and you got 12 or 13 different cigars. The marketing for them are crazy. The releases for them are crazy. It's just a lot. And we wanted to make sure we start out slow and steady versus fast and unpredictable and that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Maybe we should break this down a little more, Quinton, because I'm looking at the website, and you might be getting to this, but let's just throw this website back up for a second. And there's the LLC, there is these subsidiaries. So we talked the Cigar Club, we talked a lot about the Leaf cigars. You have these other subsidiaries.
Mhm.
Maybe you could walk us through these also, the Mega Cigar event, the Dallas Leaf Foundation,
Yeah.
and the DL Entertainment.
So, man, those subsidiaries are like our babies, man. And that's one of the reasons why we slowed down on the cigar company and we focus more on the other subsidiaries this year. So the foundation, Chere and I both have charities that really mean something to us. For me, it's breast cancer. And my family, especially on my mom's side, we've had to deal with breast cancer. So one of the charities that our foundation gives back to is breast cancer, and we do Susan G. Komen walk every year in October in Dallas. We do all sorts of other donations that we do for breast cancer. Chere also has one that she has very near and dear to her heart.
So domestic violence against women and battered children. We put together, I don't know if you saw earlier this year, where we asked everyone to grab an old suitcase, fill it up with, donated clothes or personal items, and take the suitcase, because when children are placed in foster care, they don't have anything, right? So they're walking around with these plastic bags, and we wanted to make them feel like they had something of their own. So instead of donating items in plastic bags, we asked that they donate them in old, used suitcases.
Yeah, and that's so important too, because once again, you don't really understand how important a suitcase is. We use the suitcase and then we toss it away. One of the ways we used to move around early on with the cigar company is we used to pack everything in the suitcase we got from Walmart, and it got so heavy and it was being bogged down. And she was like, "Let's not throw that away. Let's give that away to one of our charities, because suitcases are important for people that's displaced and homeless." So the foundation is very near and dear to us. Whenever we can, we donate items, money, whatever we can under our foundation. The other one is the event company, where we do a lot of cigar events, cigar related events at our local cigar lounges throughout Dallas. And we will do that function or event under the event company. Once again, to give that exposure, to put that brand out there and get the recognition that the event company deserves. We wanted to do that and separate those so we can have proper separation between the different companies, the subsidiaries that we have, instead of everything being done under the cigar company umbrella. And lastly, is the yeah. So the Mega Cigar event is our event we do every year in October. We first came on the scene with that 2019 with Black Smoke when they were doing their road show. They came to Dallas, and we wanted to show those guys a good time. So we did a cigar crawl to all the local cigar lounges, industrial cigars, La Soya, all the different ones. And we was like, yeah, man, we onto something. A lot of people came out for that. Man, that's a great thing. So we just started doing cigar crawls every year. And that became our forte. You know, that became what we were known for in October. Instead of just saying, hey, you know, come out to this week event, you know, we showcased our local cigar lounges, black, white, otherwise, didn't matter. If you had a cigar lounge, we were coming. And when we came deep. So that inspired us to do the cigar crawl experience. Thanks, Cigar Mike. Appreciate it. We borrowed some of your name. But you come in October, man, it's about 5 days now. That first time we did it was 1 day. We did like 5 lounges in 1 day. We were very tired at the end of that. So we was like, we got to spread this out over a couple of days. So we try to come in, we don't charge you nothing. All you got to do is come out to where we are. You patronize the cigar lounges. We have food, entertainment, everything for you. And it is really nice. The lounges love it because, of course, they're showcased and it's about them for their 4 or 5 hours that we're there. And it's just a great overall experience when you come to Dallas. You're not coming to no club. You're not coming to party. You're going to come to the lounges. You're going to experience the lounges. You're going to patronize the lounges, and you're going to really have a cigar experience. So that's what we did that for.
And what year was that I came down there with you guys and did the cigar crawl? Was that 2020 or that was 2020, wasn't it?
Yes, because we met you in Houston in 2019 during the New Year's event. And from there, you know, we've been cooling, chilling, whatever. And then you came back the next year for the cigar crawl.
Yeah, you guys have some amazing cigar lounges this down there in that Dallas area, because we did 2 days. We broke up Dallas 1 day and then did Fort Worth the other day. And we had some really cool stops along the way that you guys have down there in the Dallas area.
Love it, bro. I mean, once again, when you're talking to a cigar person, and they really want to experience the cigar lounges, and depending upon their itinerary for however long they're in Dallas or whatever, they may not get a chance to see as many as they would like to. During our event, man, we're gonna try to hit every cigar lounge that we can. Spend a couple hours there, jump in the bus or the cars, and we go on to the next. And man, you're gonna be able to see as much of Dallas cigar culture as you can.
And we wanted to highlight and showcase the lounges in Dallas, because people do come, you know, they travel and want to know where the lounges are, right? And I'm gonna give a plug and a shout out here in this moment for Lit Torch. Susie has put together an amazing database for people who want to, or people who travel and want to find a lounge in the area where they are. But we did want to showcase the lounges and bring business to the lounges. So, you know, we got a lot of respect in Dallas for that, because that wasn't happening then.
Yeah, that's our way of giving back. You know what I'm saying? For us, the lounges have shown Dallas Leaf so much love, not just in the cigar business that we have, but also just as Dallas Leaf LLC. And that, once again, man, that's a free event. We don't charge anything for that event. We wanted to make sure that event was all about the cigar lounges in Dallas Fort Worth.
And it's so important to support the brick and mortars, the mom and pops that keep this industry alive. Give us a place to smoke cigars in this heavy, regulated, can't smoke here, can't smoke there. I mean, I was in Dallas a few weeks back, and I had to make sure I go find lounges because you can't smoke it anywhere in the hotel grounds, and or you're finding a little corner somewhere and you're trying to hide from people.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable to do that. And thank you for all the great brick and mortars that'll give us that opportunity. So, and thank you for showcasing such things.
That's so true, Boston Jimmie, man. It's hard for them cigar lounge owners out there, man. I mean, keeping the lights on. We just coming out of the pandemic, so to speak, and man, you know, we lost a few since then, and it's hard. So whatever we can do as lovers of the leaf, brothers and sisters of the leaf, man, we need to make sure we keep those cigar lounge owners at the forefront. So
It's definitely for the culture.
Yeah.
Everything we do is for the culture.
I definitely take heed of that because I was riding around on the back seat, going to the different cigar lounges with y'all. So I know the grind and the struggle. And thank God I wasn't driving because I was able to put my head back and sleep from one location to the next. Y'all was hard at it the whole day. So I definitely can attest to the fact that it is a grind and it is a hustle to be able to get up first thing in the morning. And when I see the process that Ron gets, he got his towel, he got his hat, he got his dominoes, he got a bag of cigars, he's got 17 bracelets in a bag just in case he wants to switch.
We got company, man. You can't tell everybody stuff like that. We got company here, man.
So I just want to let you guys know, thank you for taking me on that journey. Do you guys have the dates for your cigar crawl that you guys are having this year?
Yeah, it's always during my birthday. I make sure of that. So Chere won't have to worry about you know what I'm getting that year. I get the birthday gift ever. But it is October 12th through the 16th. And then my birthday is on that Saturday the 15th, and Dallas Leaf birthday is the 14th. So we try to incorporate all of that in, you know, one-stop shop type of thing. We knock out a few events, as well as, you know, we throw in the entertainment company as well. So yeah, that's when we were doing it.
All right, I want to
Awesome.
take another quick break, go through what's new in news and reviews on Stogie Press for this week. And when we come back, Quinton, start thinking up some of those hard questions. We're going to do some lightning round questions with you. We're going to learn a little more about Ron and Chere as people. So this week in Stogie Press, had a few cigar reviews. The cigar I'm smoking right now, actually, which is the Cohiba Serie M Corona Gorda. This is an extension to the Serie M line. This is a phenomenal cigar. Okay, just gonna say it just like that. What I really like is that the packaging that they gave them to me, and I'm assuming they come like this when they're in the box, is that the cigar in the cellar includes a cedar spill. So I like cedar spills. So I always like this cigar with the cedar spill because it's there. I think that's what it's there for, besides just the natural packaging and giving that little extra. Beautiful constructed cigar. This is a Nicaraguan Puro. It's got Nicaraguan Corojo wrapper, a Nicaraguan binder, a Nicaraguan jalapa and Esteli filler. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. It's got a little bit of Dominican Pilato Cubano in it. It's made here in the United States of America at El Titan de Bronze. So those that know El Titan, you know you're going to get a really fine cigar with it. This is not a cheap cigar. This is a $30 cigar. But unlike some I've had we won't talk about them. This is worth $30. I would say this is one of these cigars that I really, really enjoyed. It had a profile of anise seeds, cedar, citrus, cocoa, cream, dry fruit, floral, natural sweetness, nut, pepper, and spice. And you read in the review, you'll see where those come in. Construction wise, absolutely beautiful. It's got a little fan top on it, on the cap, nice oily wrapper, well packed, a nice closed foot. Coming down, the burn, spectacular burn on it. Really nice ash cone, picked back up right there. Absolutely gorgeous ash cone on that. I really said that it's got a little mild jag, and it was the first drop had a flat cone, but then it picked up after the second drop. This is definitely a box-worthy cigar. It was pleasurable and consistent across multiple samples, and it's complex and well balanced. So if you're looking for something and maybe a little pricey, go split a box with a friend, hold some of these, let them age a little, and see what they're like in another 6 months or a year. Put them in that do not touch box. Took another look at a company called Big Boys Cigar Company. Now, Big Boys Cigar Company, this is their Luxio Toro. This one came in at an 88. Issues with this cigar. So this is a Cubra wrapper. It had an undisclosed binder with a Corojo, HVA, and San Andreas filler. It's a $13 cigar. It had some bitter notes in it, had some sour notes that I was getting in it. I don't know if it's just young, needs more time, but the sample that I had, unfortunately, that's what I got out of it. Construction wise, nice looking cigar. They come in a Robusto, a short Toro, and a Toro. This right here was a problem from the beginning. I noticed that the bunching, if you note, was kind of off-centered on the bunch. It's kind of loose in here and tight over here. I didn't ding them on that because I always wait to the burn, see how it goes. Burn wise was nice burn cone coming through. The burn was good. But I was getting through the first half, I called it kind of like a mishmash of flavors. It just didn't want to find itself. And then eventually in the second half, it did find itself with some nice dark cocoa and espresso. And then you got some cedar and some spice and some continued notes of dark cocoa. So the second half was much better than the first half. Final analysis, it's an 88. I might try one again, maybe let it age a little more. I just think it needs time. The one I just did today was from one of our guests on a show a few weeks back, Bocock Brothers, their World Traveler Connecticut. Now, I reviewed their Maduro, and the Maduro had some issues, but this cigar was beautiful. If you like Connecticut's, this is a Connecticut with a little oomph to it. It's a Honduran Connecticut. This is not a USA Connecticut. It's not an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. This is a Honduran Connecticut wrapper with a Costa Rican binder and a Honduras and Nicaraguan filler. They come in at $9.50 in a box of 20. I got some butter cracker and some cedar, dark chocolate, natural sweetness, pepper, spice, and syrupy aromas were coming off of this. Nicely constructed. They do come in 3 Vitolas, a Robusto, a Toro, and a Churchill. I really want to go back and try to get the Churchill because I think this blend would really go nice in a Churchill. This is definitely, for me, a morning cigar. Construction, look at that. That is just beautifully constructed. Coming through, let's get a little cocky, I say. The burn, look at this burn. Look at this ash. Absolutely beautiful ash. Decent burn cone. Comes down, I'm going to just say, little mild wave and a slightly off-centered burn cone on that first drop. But man, was this enjoyable. I smoked 3 of these. Everyone was consistent. It carried that nice long ash. This is a box-worthy cigar also. This is something you want to get, smoke in the morning with your cup of coffee. You're going to love this cigar. So check it out from Bocock Brothers. From the news this week, Some good news articles. Venture 1492, which is owned by Kyle Gellis from Warp Cigars, is reviving the Stogie cigar brand, which stopped being sold in 2018 because of the FDA regulations. Kyle reached out to the owner and he says, hey, let's bring this back. So they're bringing this cigar back to market. They should be shipping next month. So look out for that cigar on the shelves. Ventura Cigar announced the Cigars for Warriors Slaughterhouse, the operator. So they're making a special slaughterhouse to raise funds for Cigars for Warriors. So if you want to do something good, you want to smoke a decent cigar, go pick up a Slaughterhouse, the operator. Mombacho and Favilla have announced the world launch of their Granada line. So what they've done is they have revamped their Chere, and they've added a new Isletas and a Lava line of cigars. This has all been rebranded, repackaged, and reblended. The Chere is Nicaraguan Puro with a Jalapa Habano on the wrapper, Jalapa binders, and Jalapa and Condega fillers. They have 4 different vitolas. The Isletas is a Connecticut shade with an Ecuadorian Habano and a Nicaraguan Jalapa and Condega and Dominican and HVA filler. This I expect to be an extremely bold cigar. And the Lava is a Connecticut broadleaf with a Nicaraguan Jalapa binder and Nicaraguan Jalapa, Condega, and a Dominican and an H20 filler. Again, seems to be a rather bold. The packaging, they're doing 2 different packagings. One of them is going to be a limited number from 1 to 100, which is called the Forever Box. It's going to have some Bovedas in it, and this has got a nice felt bottom on it. So they're going to do a nice job on their on their packaging. Indiana Ortez, the director of operations, is really excited about this release. So you get a chance, check out what Mombacho and Favilla is coming out with. EP Carrillo reignites the Encore line. So the Encore line was a really special line of cigars from back in 2018. They revamped it. They're coming out now with a new Encore, and you'll check that out. They should be hitting the shelves soon. And that's, oh yeah, and then of course there was the Hoyo Nicaragua, the cigar that no one defeated. They announced that. That's the collaboration between Hoyo de Nicaragua and our friends at Cigar Ninja. And what is going on here at Cigar Dojo, what they've done, they've actually sold out of these, I heard. I was on the Dojo show yesterday watching it, and they've sold out of these. So spectacular job for them. We also put out the last Taking It to the Nub show. So if you missed the Rayon XO Cognac show that was on April 23rd, it's out there on the YouTube channel. You can click here and go to that. And lastly, I'm continuing my lounge reviews. I can't believe how many I've done already, and I've backlogged on some. So we just recently did the Underground Cigar Shop. When you talk about Dallas and the Underground, for those that aren't familiar with the Underground, if you're ever in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, this is a must-see shop, okay? What you're seeing in this picture is the old shop. It was surrounded by a chain link fence with barbed wire, razor wire going around it. It was kind of grungy looking place, but that's what made the Underground the Underground. They decided to move it across the street when a building became available. They completely revamped that building. And Chef became a partner in this. They sold these bricks. They were, you know, for all their fans. And I bought one of these bricks before they even built this building. And there's my brick right there. So that's pretty cool. So it's right behind the counter. But this is the new building. Absolutely beautiful, all painted gray, cement, right? Can't miss that sign. It's also hanging on the outside. I put a little link here to a Google Maps that shows the sign hanging on the street. They did a really good job. The humidor, spectacular. By the way, if you're a big box guy, you're probably not going to find too many cigars that you're familiar with in there. But if you are a boutique, small batch, medium brand type smoker, this is your stop. They have one of the largest collections of cigars in that genre than you're going to find in this country. They have expanded their humidor presence with it. It's absolutely beautiful. Well laid out. You walk in there, you just smell aged tobacco and cedar. It's perfectly humidified. I just loved walking around the humidor. It was very easy to locate and find things. It looks like it wouldn't be, but everything's laid out in an order. So it's very easy to find what you're looking for. And inside the humidor, they actually have lockers. So they save a lot of money by not having to humidify lockers on the outside. So they put the lockers inside the humidor. Gotta make sense, right? And each locker obviously has a name tag, but there's some really funny name tags on here, like Lobster Bomber was here. And of course, we got brand owners like Espinosa, Stallone, and Crown Heads. You got Chef, The Hard Way, Three the Hard Way. You could just read some of these. It's like going into one of these old cemeteries like in Key West and seeing some funny headstones. People got really creative. But if you notice in the back of this, there is a picture of Bill Murray. Now, Bill Murray is not a member of this shop. Bill Murray's never been to this shop. But I can tell you right now that this shop has been and continues to put a bounty on Bill Murray. So if you can get Bill Murray to come to the Underground Cigar Shop right now, this year, they're offering $12,345 to whoever brings Bill Murray into the shop, okay? And they'll pay you in cash or a charity of your choice. So there you go. You want to make some money, you want to help a charity, go get Bill Murray to come in. But it gets better. The lounge area has this cool piano. It's been completely expansive. The old one was this little tiny seating area. They've now got multiple seating areas. They get this kind of old Western saloon, drapes in the back, nice leather seating tables. It's a BYOB lounge, okay? So you could bring whatever you want. They've got glasses, they've got ice in a refrigerator. They only ask that you please clean your glasses afterwards. Don't be inconsiderate to the next person. And there you go. There's some more Bill Murray. So they got all these cool paintings and pictures of Bill Murray. They're really trying to get Bill to come in. So, I put a special note to Bill here. Bill, if he takes a trip to Texas, go in, mention my name, and I'll donate my bounty to Autism Speaks. Okay, so Bill, if you're listening, which I probably isn't, but I'll keep trying. In closing, this is it. There's their Domino's table. You probably played on that. They've got some really nice swag, and they've got the cool license plate you could put on your car. It's just a really fun shop to go to. So in closing on this segment, I'm just going to say, I'm going to plug it one more time. If you're in Dallas, Fort Worth, you got to go to the Underground. And with that, I'll get back to the team.
Awesome. Hey, Boss and Jimmie, that was a great presentation of the new Underground. We were fortunate enough to visit them on our way to Austin one year, and we had a blast. I mean, those guys out there show you nothing but hospitality. Like he was saying, the humidor is amazing. Really nice home feeling. We had a great time here. So big ups to the Underground.
And when we went, as you said, they catered to the boutique cigar companies. Black Star Line was there, and we were able to meet with them and grab a few of their cigars and sit there and smoke them with them.
Yeah, great review of that lounge, man. That's awesome that you do that.
Hey, listen, Ron, Sheree, thank y'all for that. So this is the part of the show, because we got to wrap up, because I know y'all got family obligations. So we're not going to take too much time, but it wouldn't be a Stogie Press taking it to the nub Saturday night edition with Boston, Jimmie, and Q if we did not put y'all on the hot seat for a second. All right.
All right,
So
let's have it.
here's so they had a boxing match tonight. It was Tyson Fury. And I don't even know what little kid he beat up, but he beat some little kid up. Do you think Tyson Fury is one of the best heavyweights of all time?
No. I don't.
Chere?
I don't know Tyson. I don't know him. I know the old Tyson.
Well,
You know the tattoo on his face?
speaking of the old Tyson, did you see the video? They broke this on the Dojo show yesterday, so kudos to them. But did you see the video of him on the JetBlue flight pounding the crap out of one of the passengers that was trying to get on him?
No.
Go search that. Go search Tyson JetBlue, whatever. It just happened the other day here in Florida. It was in a first class cabin, and this guy like supposedly drew some water on him or some crap. And next thing you know, he reaches over the back of the seat, starts pounding this guy, and he's got blood coming out of his eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
But
Lord,
we
man.
know he's a little.
Yeah,
gone.
but you're messing with the guy. He's just trying to sit there and go to where he's got to be. Well, you're messing
That's
with him.
exactly why you don't want to mess with him, because it's kind of.
Yeah, what are you
out there.
messing with Mike Tyson for? He can knock you out in 30 seconds.
Right. All right. So second part of my bonus round, obviously we know we have the NBA playoffs going on right now.
Right.
All right. You guys have your local Dallas team is in the playoffs. So shout out to the Dallas Mavericks, since we're on here with Dallas Leaf LLC. We got to make sure that we shout out the home team, right? So I'm gonna run down a quick series, and I just want you guys to shoot me who you think is gonna win the series. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Celtics versus the Nets. Who you taking?
Nets.
Okay. We have the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Who you taking?
Memphis. I'm gonna go with Memphis.
Yeah.
Okay. We have the Toronto Raptors versus the Philadelphia 76ers.
Series.
Philly. Let's
Yeah,
go
I'm gonna
Philly.
go with Philly. I'm gonna go with Philly.
Okay. We have your home team, Dallas Mavericks versus the Utah Jazz. Who you taking?
Dallas.
Dallas.
All right, there we go. Just want to make sure y'all was awake. Suns versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Who you taking?
Man, I want New Orleans, but I think Suns gonna take
Yes.
it.
Dang it. Yeah.
All righty. The Warriors versus the Denver Nuggets.
Warriors.
All right. Hawks versus the Heat.
Woo! Yes.
And last but not least, this is the series that I'm invested in. The Milwaukee Bucks versus the Chicago Bulls. We got waxed last night, but who y'all taking in that series?
I want Chicago because I can't stand Milwaukee Bucks.
That's why we get along, Ron. There's a reason why.
It's a good thing that basketball is not my jam sport. I mean, it's like third or fourth in my list of sports. And although I wear a Boston Red Sox hat on, I am a Nets fan. Having spent 4 years of college in Brooklyn, they're now Brooklyn Nets, so I will be rooting for the Nets all the way through. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm a football girl. I
There
love
you go.
football first.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, listen, Jimmie, if you have any lightning round questions for them, please ask away.
How did you two meet?
Wow, man.
Go ahead. You tell that story.
So Dallas Leaf has been a part of our relationship since the beginning. Chere was a member of the club at the time, and she actually joined the committee for the event company. And they had a meeting at Twin Peaks, at all places. And some of the officers stopped by the meeting just to check in on things. And she was there, and I started giving her the googly eyes while she was in her meeting. And after the meeting, I asked her out. That was on a Wednesday. And we went out on a date that Friday, which happens to be her birthday weekend. And we have been together since then.
Nice. Very nice.
And you guys most recently, Chere, I don't know if you have the bling bling on, but you guys have most recently, you said yes.
I said, hell yeah.
Said yes.
Right. So I am anticipating, I don't know when my wedding invitation, me and Boston wedding invitation, when it's going to be coming in the mail, but I'll be anticipating that soon. When you need our addresses, let me know. I'll get those right over to you.
She's gonna have to say yes. She's gonna have to say yes to the dress.
Yeah.
Well, for both of you guys, the date is June 3rd next year. And this is your official invite to the wedding. That stuff that comes in the mail, yeah, that's cool. But we're officially inviting both of you guys to Dallas next year for the wedding. And we will have cigars a part of the wedding.
Of course. Why would we not?
Have cigars. It's like even my goddaughter, who's getting married in June of this year out in Cali, called me and said, Uncle Jimmie, you got to bring cigars, because of course I'm going to bring cigars. Matter of fact, I made a special cigar for them to commemorate her father and my brother who passed away, called the Brother Tom, that we're going to be all smoking at the wedding. So
that is awesome.
Nice.
Now, one last question, Chere, before we go. So when you put up the bling, and I noticed your fingers, as the social media expert and all of that, doing a lot of how do you type with those? I never could figure that out. People with long nails.
They are, well, I would have to say that it took a little bit of getting used to, but now I'm used to them. I broke my nails, I don't know, it was last year, and I had to cut them all off and start over, and I could not type with short nails.
Wow, man, because I tell you what, if I tried to type an H, I'd hit an H and Y all the time. It'd be like
and I work all day typing.
Yeah.
Wow. Click, 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 click.
Click, click. Yeah.
Yes, she does. And while we on this, listen, next time, Ron, this is something that's personal to me and you. I found the best hookah lounge ever up here. It's in Clifton, New Jersey. We'll talk about that off the record, because we're gonna wrap up so that you guys can get up here. But when I tell you it's top notch, it's top notch.
Awesome, bro. Yeah, that's Q and our little side project we do, man. So.
We have to get up there to the East Coast, to New York and Jersey. We haven't been there yet, but we're trying to plan something else.
Well, next time you're down here in Florida, and you're in the Orlando, Central Florida area, just hit me up. We'll go hang out and do some things.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We would love that.
So with that, we're going to call the show. I want to thank all the sponsors and viewers now and in the future to watch this. Remember, this will be out in the YouTube channel in another week. We will have a Taken to the Nub wow factor on this show next Saturday at 1:00. So tune into that. Don't forget to share, love, like this video on Facebook. And we'll see you next week when we have somebody called Ishmael on. And we'll talk about that next week. I'm going to give Dallas Leaf team the last word.
Well, first of all, thank you both for having us on your podcast, man. We really appreciate the exposure, appreciate all the sponsors and Stogie Press that you put out there today. We're very fortunate that we were able to sit down with you guys and be a part of your web podcast. We really appreciate it.
All right.
And we thank you guys. And thank you for your service. I forgot to shout that out while we were on the
Oh.
broadcast. Thank you for your service, Ron. He is prior service Army.
Yes.
There he is. Little army guy. That's my Desert Storm mouse.